You've probably heard someone mention EMDR, usually right after saying it changed their life. But what is it really? And how can moving your eyes back and forth or tapping your hands help you process trauma? Today, we're breaking down what EMDR actually does inside the brain and why it helps when traditional talk therapy can only go so far. EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a form of trauma therapy developed by Francis Shapiro in the late 1980s. At first, people thought it sounded bizarre, but decades of research now show it's one of the most effective treatments for PTSD, complex trauma, panic, and even grief. EMDR works by helping your brain finish what trauma interrupted. Because trauma isn't just a memory, it's an unfinished survival response. EMDR gives your brain the tools to finally file that experience away so it stops hijacking your present. In a typical EMDR session, you recall a painful or triggering memory while engaging in bilateral stimulation. That means alternating eye movements, taps, or tones that activate both sides of the brain. It sounds simple, but here's the neuroscience behind it. The left hemisphere, which is logic, language, and order, and the right hemisphere, emotion, image, sensation, often split during trauma. The brain stores the event in fragments, sensations here, emotions there, meaning nowhere. EMDR reconnects those circuits, allowing the experience to move from implicit, body memory, to explicit, which is story memory. Essentially, it lets your nervous system say, that happened and I survived it. During EMDR, imaging studies show a decrease in amygdala activation, which is the fear center, and an increase in prefrontal cortex and hippocampal activity, which is more of the logic and memory integration areas. It's like your brain reruns the trauma, but this time with both the alarm system and the narrator turned on. The emotional charge lowers, the memory becomes less vivid, and your body stops reacting like it's still in danger. You don't forget what happened, it just loses its power over your nervous system. Talk therapy uses the thinking brain to try to fix the feeling brain, but trauma lives in the body, in the parts that don't speak English. That's why so many people say, I understand what happened, but I still feel it. EMDR bridges that gap. It lets you process on a sensory and neurological level, not just a verbal one. It's less about rehashing the story and more about changing how the story lives inside of you and inside of your body. Most people describe EMDR as emotionally intense, but surprisingly empowering. Sessions often start with a single target memory, a moment where something inside you froze. As the bilateral stimulation continues, your mind starts connecting dots, new memories, insights, body sensations, even compassion for your younger self. You may cry, shake, or feel tired afterward, but you also often feel lighter, clearer, and more grounded than you have in years. EMDR isn't just for veterans or major trauma survivors. It helps with childhood emotional neglect, car accidents or medical trauma, relationship betrayal, panic attacks, grief, and complicated loss, even the accumulation of little t traumas, which are moments where your safety or worth was shaken. It's for anyone whose body remembers what their mind is trying to forget. EMDR is recognized by the World Health Organization, American Psychiatric Association, and Department of Veterans Affairs as an evidence-based treatment for PTSD. Studies show EMDR can achieve the same or better results as trauma-focused CBT in fewer sessions for many people. It's not hypnosis, and it's not pseudoscience. It's neurobiological integration through guided reprocessing. EMDR doesn't erase what happened. It helps you stop reliving it in a heightened state. It gives your brain a way to finish the story it never got to finish. To go back, not to suffer again, but to reclaim the power that got trapped there. Because healing isn't about forgetting, it's about remembering safety. And EMDR helps you do exactly that. So if you've been considering EMDR and you have the ability to get in with a therapist, then I fully support you doing that. I think it can be a really great thing, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here. See you next time.